Picture this. A guy cashes an $800 paycheck and gets $760 back. $40 gone, just like that. You think, why not get a bank account? Here's the thing. That $40 is actually the cheap part of being broke. I'm Nick, and I think way too much about why the poorest people pay the most for everything. My friend Sarah worked 2 jobs, 60 hours a week, always broke. She paid $35 to cash her paycheck, plus $15 per month for a prepaid debit card because old overdraft fees blocked her from regular banking. She bought groceries at the corner store, no car, and the bus to the supermarket took an hour each way. Milk cost $3.25 instead of $1.50, nearly double for the same product. She paid $8 per week at the laundromat, bought toilet paper in small packs instead of bulk from Costco, bought phone minutes instead of a contract. Everything cost more because she was broke. Let me show you the real math. Annual costs just from these basics. Check cashing at 4% of $800 bi-weekly equals $768. Prepaid card at $15 per month equals $180. Laundromat versus home washer is a $366 difference. And corner store versus supermarket with its 62% markup equals $2,736. Total, over $4,000 a year. More than 2 months of minimum wage earnings before we even talk about the big stuff. Car insurance gets worse. Pay annually, get a 10 to 15% discount. Pay monthly? Extra $5 installment fee means a $60 per year penalty for being broke. Furniture? A $600 couch at IKEA or $15 per week rent to own adds up to $1,560 over 2 years, almost triple the price. Payday loans are the worst. Borrow $300, repay $345 in 2 weeks. That's 390% APR when someone with good credit gets 10%. Most borrowers can't repay in 2 weeks, so they roll it over repeatedly. The average borrower pays $520 in fees on a $375 loan. More in fees than the loan itself. Housing is where it really hurts. With good credit, buy a $200,000 house with a 7% mortgage. Pay $1,300 per month. Own a house after 30 years. Broke and renting? Pay the same $1,300 per month or more. Own nothing after 30 years. You can't save for a down payment when you're spending an extra $4,000 per year on broke taxes.
It's a trap. You can't save money because being broke is expensive, and you stay broke because you can't save money. The psychology is brutal too. When you're broke, every decision is a financial calculation. Bus or walk, name brand or generic, electric bill or water bill. You make these choices dozens of times daily. Princeton research shows this constant stress drops IQ by 13 points on average. That's when mistakes happen. Forgotten bills, overdrafts, missed payments, creating more fees and higher rates. This isn't accidental. There are more payday lenders in the U.S. than McDonald's and Starbucks combined. They're strategically located in low-income areas. It's a business model built on extracting money from broke people. Credit cards work the same way. Good credit gets you low rates, cash back, rewards. Bad credit? 29% interest, annual fees, late fees, over-limit fees, no rewards. Banks charge monthly fees, ATM fees, statement fees if you can't maintain a $1,500 to $5,000 minimum balance. Even toilet paper costs more. 4-pack equals 88 cents per roll. 24-pack equals 50 cents per roll. That's a 76% markup for small quantities. But if you only have $5 and need bread and milk too, you can't afford the better deal. Being broke costs time too. No car means extra hours on transit. No childcare means you can't work or get training. No bank account means traveling to pay bills in person. Using a laundromat takes hours you could spend working a side gig. Society assumes poor people have infinite time but zero money. The reality? They often work more hours than anyone, with less time for money-saving activities like bulk cooking or comparison shopping. Here's what you can do. First, get a bank account if possible. Credit unions and online banks offer no minimum accounts. Even $5 to $10 per month beats 4% check cashing fees. Second, buy non-perishables in bulk when possible. Even once a month, the math works out.
Third, avoid payday loans, rent-to-own, title loans. Exhaust every other option: family, payment plans, local charities. Fourth, build a tiny emergency fund, even $5 to $10 per month. Having $100 to $200 saved prevents the payday loan trap when emergencies hit. American families making under $30,000 spend 10% of income on fees and interest. That's $3,000 per year. Families making over $100,000 spend 2%, which is $2,000. A smaller percentage of much more money. Poor families pay more in absolute terms despite having less. This isn't about financial literacy or making better choices. This is about a system structured to extract maximum profit from people in vulnerable positions. Terry Pratchett said it best. The reason the rich were so rich and the poor so poor was because it was expensive to be poor. A poor person buys $10 boots lasting one season, while a rich person buys $50 boots lasting 10 years. Over 10 years, the poor person spends $100. The rich person spends $50. This affects kids too. They watch parents stress constantly, internalize they're not worth better things, experience toxic stress that literally changes brain development and future outcomes. The broke tax gets inherited. If you're living this, it's not because you're bad with money or don't try hard enough. The rules are rigged. You're up against structural barriers designed to keep you paying more for less. We need caps on interest and fees, accessible banking, public transportation, affordable housing, living wages, universal health care, basic protections to stop extracting wealth from those who can't afford it. The math is simple. When you don't have money, everything costs more. Because everything costs more, you can't save. Because you can't save, you stay broke. It's designed to be difficult to break. But understanding the math, seeing the check cashing fees, payday loan rates, rent-to-own markups, convenience store premiums, time costs, stress costs, that's the first step toward finding workarounds and demanding change. The broke tax is real and everywhere, but it doesn't have to be this way forever.